How you going, guys? Welcome back to Walk It Off. I'm Nathan, and today I'd like to talk to you about this one right here, The Resilience Project by Hugh Van Cuylenburg. There you go. Hugh Van Cuylenburg. This is a really, really good book for your mental health. Essentially, the whole lot of it can be summed up as gratitude, empathy, and mindfulness. Let's check it out. Now guys, just before we start, this does contain some things that people may find triggering. So just be forewarned, as some heavy stuff does go down to this guy's family and he details it through the book. Alright. So the whole idea and premise of this book is to find happiness through gratitude, empathy and mindfulness. It says it right on the cover. Now, Hugh is a school teacher from Australia who went through some pretty heavy stuff, well, him and his sister, when he was younger. And he didn't find out about what caused it until much later on in his life. And so he's now dedicated his life to teaching younger kids gratitude, empathy, and mindfulness as a way to have better mental health. And he tells that through a collection of stories from his own life and how they relate to family and better mental health and communication, because we are a social species and unfortunately you cannot get around the fact that you're going to have to interact with other people, and there are better ways of doing that. The empathy part especially is where that comes in. And if you can't communicate your feelings very well, you need to work on your empathy, essentially. He tells a bunch of anecdotal tales on how to deal with mental health situations with a person that's close to you and not necessarily with combating your own mental illness. It covers the fallout after a sexual assault incident with his sister and how she closed down and then it made her have an eating disorder, and how his family struggled through that and how they all dealt with it. Essentially, it just says that we all need to be better to each other, and that's going to help everybody, really. Now, the main premise, as I said, is gratitude, empathy, and mindfulness. Now, gratitude is just being grateful for the things in your life, and to just be aware of how lucky you actually are in your life. There's always someone in a worse situation than you. Be grateful for that. Should I say, be grateful that you're not the person who's in the worst situation. Now, empathy is essentially the ability to relate to other people's feelings and then be able to base your communication skills off of that, which I think is really, really important, and we could all do with more of it. And mindfulness. Now, essentially that is just the ability to concentrate on the here and now and have situational awareness, and that is generally done through a type of meditation, but can also work in the ways of the what's the Japanese book, forest bathing, that kind of thing. But essentially it is just being aware of your body and the world around you in the immediate. So this book will kick you in the feels with the story about his sister and their struggles through her mental illness post-sexual assault, but it will also restore your faith in humanity with those two kind of bonding over it later in life. And also Hugh's story about the Indian child, that will really put a smile on your face and cheer you up. Yeah, I think this is a very good and refreshing take on mental health. I very highly recommend it. Just be aware that it does have some stories that may trigger some people. Yeah, it's a refreshingly hopeful and humble take on mental health, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed it and think you'll really enjoy it too. It's part memoir and part meditation on the pursuit of happiness and well-being in Australian life, and it is always great to find another Australian author. I think you're really going to like this one. Check it out. Give it a read. All right, guys. I'll catch you next time. I'm Nathan. This has been Walk It Off. Go outside. Get better. Be awesome, guys. See you next time.